Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Hope that you are having a wonderful day. I am having a great day so far. It's been a good day. It's kind of got some nice spring weather here, and I'm drinking some delicious tea. I'm drinking jasmine dragon pearl tea. If you've never had or seen jasmine pearl tea, let me quick show you what it looks like. So the tea leaves are actually hand rolled into these little balls of tea. And when they steep, they unfurl and release a glorious aroma and flavor. This particular one is from Tea Viver. You can see it's got a nice, soft golden color. This is my second steep, so I feel like it's a little more colored than my first steep. If you enjoy jasmine green, I highly recommend this one. Today I'm going to be updating my Pan in Every palette project. I did not create this project. I'll make sure and link the creator in the description box as always. And my goal with this is to get pan in all of my palettes, just to really get the usage going on them. I find that if I don't do a project like this, I can tend to ignore certain palettes. This way I make sure that palettes are actually getting used, and it helps me to remember what I have as well when I go to, or when I want to buy something new. So what I've been doing is I've been focusing on my oldest palettes first before I work on my newer things. And last time I was working on my e.l.f. Rosewater palette, or quad, I should say. I don't remember if I took a picture last time of how it looks. If I did, I'll put it up. I don't think I did. But here is how this palette is looking now. Check it out. I have a pan in the light pink shade, and it didn't take that long. And I feel like if I had used my finger to apply the shade, as I normally do apply shimmer, honestly, it would have been a much longer process to get to pan, but I was using my brush and applying quite a thick layer of this. I'm currently panning in another project, a matte that I don't particularly like, so I'm putting that down on my eye and then covering it with a shimmer, which was why I feel like this got such heavy use. Yeah, it only took 10 uses to reach that pan, so that is not very much uses at all, but the pan is also not that deep. I enjoyed having this little quad out though. I like that pink. I was using it with a glitter glue, which made it extra high impact and shiny. For most of this project, I've just been focusing in on one palette at a time, and I think I'm going to change it. I'm now going to add in a second palette, and this is one that I'm going to choose. This is one of my older palettes. I got it at the end of 2019. Can you believe it? This is the ColourPop Going Coconuts palette, and I want to roll this in because I want to start working on one of the mattes in this palette. I feel like if I started working on one of the shimmers, it would still take a little while, but it wouldn't take nearly as long as trying to pan one of the mattes. And I finished up panning a matte in another one of my projects, and I'm looking for another matte to use on the daily, and I haven't hit pan on any of the shades in here yet, and I know I would love to use one of these. So I'm thinking either Culotta over here or Lovely Bunch is going to be the shade that I'm focusing on, and I don't expect to be able to hit this within a month. I expect this to take me a while. Even though they are very powdery, they're also super hard pressed. So it's going to take a lot of uses to be able to reach the pan on these. So that's going to be one of the palettes I'll be focusing on. Now, I'm going to be randomly deciding between these two palettes. These are my next two oldest palettes. This is the Warrior by Juvia's. If you haven't seen the inside of it, it is this one here. It's a very summery palette in my mind. And then I have my Walking on Eggshells quad from Wet n Wild. I wouldn't mind working on either of them. So I'm going to be numbering them. This will be number 1, this will be number 2, and I'm going to use random.org to choose between them. So here we go. Either 1 or 2. I get 1! That means I'll be working on my Warrior palette, and I know exactly which shade I'm going to be reaching for. My favorite shade in the palette, I don't know, I'm pretty sure others would consider that a very boring shade. That's the shade Moremi, but I think it's absolutely glorious on the lid. Quick, give you a swatch. The Juvia's Place shimmers are so creamy and so high impact, you need hardly any. But as you can see, that's like a light champagne color. I feel like it would go really well with the look I'm currently panning. And I have never panned a Juvia's Place eyeshadow before. I'm really excited to get more use on this. This is one of my, like I said, one of my oldest palettes, and I just have not used it very much. I'm considering, honestly, depotting a bunch of these, and I'm wondering if that would make me use it more often when I create my singles palettes that I like to do. So I've been contemplating that, but I'll wait to do that until I actually hit pan on this shade. I'll think about it. That leaves my Wet n Wild quad to work on next. So for now, I'll be focusing on my Warrior by Juvia's Place and my Going Coconuts palette from ColourPop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful spring day. I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!